Good morning, guys, and welcome to the Electrical Vehicle Podcast. This is probably one of the first electrical vehicle podcasts in South Africa. And this is going to be the place you're going to come to if you want any news or to hear discussions about future tech regarding electrical vehicles, anything that Tesla does, or other companies such as Faraday Future or Rivian, as well as exactly what's happening here in Africa and the in-house vehicle fabrication that we do here in EPVA.
We take any vehicle and we do a full electrical conversion. So we remove internal combustion motor and all of the supporting modifications for that. You can bring any vehicle to us and we will customize everything to fit into your vehicle.
Right now in Africa, the biggest market for electrical vehicle conversions are the Safari Game Drive vehicles. And that's because most Safari and Game Drive lodges are already promoting a green environmental aspect. And so to get rid of the diesel engines in the Safari vehicles, we can help them achieve that goal, as well as save them a few bucks in petrol, as well as the upcoming carbon tax.
It's pretty crazy if you go and check it out and go look at how many grams per liter of carbon your vehicle releases. It's actually a pretty ludicrous amount. And obviously with a vehicle that releases no CO2 emissions, therefore your CO2 footprint on the environment and our beautiful earth is drastically plummeted. There's upcoming carbon emissions taxes that are going to be implemented, and this is also another way to lower your costs on those carbon emissions.
Africa is still a very much a green country. We aren't nearly as developed as any of the first world countries out there. So to be getting this technology into South Africa, especially at a time like this where the world is transitioning over to electric, it's pretty perfect. And as we sit here, we are just doing electric conversions, but in the future our company will definitely aspire to build full-on electric cars.
When it comes to production vehicles, the vehicle that you are most probably driving at this current point, there's a whole production line that gets completely tailored to your specific vehicle. So if you guys watched our previous video, we'll leave a link in the description. And basically what you saw in that video is us installing our motor and our motor mount, and what we did there is we used the original motor mounts, so we didn't go and completely recreate a motor mount.
And so that kind of brings us to today's topic. Today we're going to be talking about exactly what is majority designing an electric vehicle, what it entices and entails, and because we aren't completely redesigning the vehicle from the ground up. Because it's a Safari vehicle, we get the Land Rovers from the Safaris that have all of these conversions, and they first go through a full restoration, and then after that we do the conversion. So we don't redesign the entire vehicle. We still have the Land Rover, which is probably one of the best off-road vehicles at the moment. These are really old ones. What year model vehicle?
These are around about, we have a few 1997 models, there's a few 2004 models, relatively old, but
most of them are rusted to bits.
Yeah, they come in pretty shocking state from a lot of the lodges, and obviously we do a full revamp. Everything that needs to be replaced is replaced, new paint job, and then we obviously come in with that high-tech electrical conversion and completely revamp the vehicle, and it's a completely different vehicle to drive. You can imagine the sound of the vehicle is next to nothing.
Yeah. And all of that is absolutely necessary, because you can't go ahead and install a whole electric motor for R500,000 battery system, and then your chassis still falling to pieces or your suspension isn't right. So when a new vehicle comes in for a conversion, we rebuild it absolutely from the ground up. So when you do get your vehicle at the end of the day, it's a brand new vehicle. The gearbox has been rebuilt, absolutely everything. So yes.
And obviously we're working with old Defenders here, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen the Defenders that are coming out now, the new Defenders. and obviously there's people who like them, people who don't like them. There's a large Land Rover community out there, and people that still want to keep that old Land Rover, that feel, the classic car, the classic Land Rover, and basically
Off-road
you can still keep that with an electrical vehicle. You don't have to get rid of your vehicle because there aren't spares for it anymore. We can now give you more power, less emissions, more efficiency, and a lot more fun to drive, really.
And the heart of any electric conversion is actually the power density, and so what batteries you use. Currently in the market, there are quite a few battery suppliers and providers for lithium ion and lithium phosphate batteries. But we've gone through the works of comparing a lot of them, the capacity per kilogram, and also price, and by far, literally, it's not even a competition. Tesla takes the cake. They've definitely got the best density per kilowatt hour available. And so yeah, so in all our conversions, we absolutely, those are the batteries to get our hands on, and they are an absolute mission to get your hands on.
Yeah,
Everything is
especially here in
imported
South
from the
Africa.
US. So there's a bit of an extra fee on that, but nothing that will deter an electric car from being
Yeah.
built.
Definitely, you want to go with a really good, decent quality battery, because that's basically the heart of your vehicle. Without petrol, your vehicle's going nowhere. Without diesel, it's going nowhere. So you want to make sure that you have a reliable source of energy, and one that's going to last you for years and years to come. And these are Tesla cells from a Model S.
Yeah, these are Model
Yeah,
S.
these are Model S cells. Right now in the Tesla Model 3, they're using a completely different cell, which has a bit more density.
Yeah.
But obviously, they aren't really out on the market, therefore we cannot get our hands on them.
These are all second use cells, right? So
Second life cells that have been quality assured and tested. So these batteries still have a lot of punch in them.
more than 99% capacity.
Yeah. And basically each Tesla battery has 6 cells, and these cells are compiled of 18650 lithium ion batteries, and each of those batteries fully charged measures 4.2 volts, and now we have 6 cells of those 4.2 volts that we then connect in series to give us a nominal voltage of 24 volts DC. And
per Tesla pack.
per Tesla pack. And I think on your Tesla Model S, it's 16 Tesla batteries, and that makes one big Tesla pack. And yeah, so that's basically, if you're aiming to get more or less the same mileage as you would on a Tesla Model S, you want to spec around about 16 Tesla cells.
Yeah.
Obviously the weight diminishes your range, but it's all dependent on weight of your vehicle, how much power you want to run, if you even need that travel distance that you require.
Absolutely. And the only reason Tesla, for example, uses 16 batteries in their vehicle is because of their specific voltage system that they run. They obviously have to achieve that voltage. So if you're running a higher voltage system, for example, I think Tesla's running a 600 volt system on the Model S. If they wanted to run an 800 volt system, they'd have to add an extra few battery packs. But what's really nice is if you're running an even lighter vehicle, you can run a lower voltage system and use fewer batteries. And you'd still have the same amp hours on your batteries in general.
Yeah, and you would obviously save a lot of money. Batteries are one of the very expensive factors when it comes to building an electrical vehicle.
Especially conversions. Elon Musk definitely said this before, converting an electric vehicle isn't nearly as good as building one from scratch.
Yeah.
But converting an electric vehicle is a lot easier than building one from scratch.
And a lot less dramatic to the environment.
Yes, these are all these vehicles are basically being recycled and refurbished and given a second life. Most of these vehicles, when we come to them, or when they come to us, they're already at the end of their life, 15 years already in the Kruger or wherever, up in Mozambique, etc.
Yeah,
And so
it's almost as if they wouldn't go anywhere without us.
it's almost like these guys don't like the vehicles because the state we get them in is absolutely shocking.
And, on the topic of these Tesla cells, when it comes to a battery management system, that's obviously, it's depending on the voltage system you want to be running. But we've gone with a dilithium design BMS, battery management system. And this is probably one of the most important
aspects to having an actual battery, because there's no point that you have all this power and capacity if it isn't utilized or controlled properly.
Yeah, and what this BMS does is it communicates to the charger by CAN bus communication, and basically this makes sure that all of your batteries are
Equally charged or
equally discharging.
yeah.
And because if you have batteries that are discharging at certain rates, that's not good. That's just bad news.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that your batteries are also charging at the exact same rate and at a safe rate. Obviously, the moment you start charging your batteries at a faster rate, they create a lot more heat. And that's what this bad boy is here for. This controls all the batteries, monitors the temperature, and just make sure that your batteries are in a safe state.
Yeah, not exceeding
And
the temperatures.
you don't have to worry about anything if you have a good quality, reliable battery management system.
And if there is a problem, it does also alert you.
There's a lot of fail safes that we program into these BMS modules, and that just it's for the safety of the driver as well as anyone else on the road.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that our batteries are kept safe and that they are in good condition for a long time to come.
And guys, after saying that, I'd like to wrap this up and bring it to an end. Thank you very much for watching. And please, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you have any in-depth questions that you need answered, leave those as well. We'd like to build full episodes on questions such as what type of motors should you use if you want to go for specific vehicles, because the idea is to share this information with everyone, build the community. And love to see you in the next episode, guys.
Yep. Peace out and stay committed.